Hello everyone, welcome to the replay. Thanks for joining me on Sunday. I know that the Cowboys are playing right now, and so some of you might have other things that you want to watch. But I'm still committed to doing my card every night, so I'm just going to take a few minutes of your time to get this card done for you. It'll be pretty simple and easy, something that you can easily recreate with any papers and stamps for sure. And it doesn't require much supplies as far as the inks or papers. So with just a few minutes time, I think we can get a cute card that you can replicate with whatever supplies you have. So for today, I am going to use the Bloom with Grace card making Stampin' Thin Cuts because I want to use this little sunflower here. I am also using the Bloom with Grace scrapbooking Stampin' Thin Cuts because I want this leaf here. I want it cut and stamped. And I've actually already done that. As you can see here, I've got my card, standard card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've got my canary yellow cardstock cut at the same size so that it covers my whole card front. I've got some Bloom with Grace sunflower paper. It's 2 inches wide by 5 1/2 tall so that it goes from top to bottom. I have 5 1/2 inches worth of a zip strip. So this was one strip and then I cut it in half so that it would give me just 2 little 1/4 inch strips that I'll put on either side here. And then let's see, I pulled out a piece of brown paper of the espresso cardstock so that I can do a sentiment. And I'm thinking, I like that. You make me so happy. And it even has a thin cut that cuts that shape. But I'm going to emboss that in white so that it'll stand out. And then we'll just tuck the little leaves behind just for a little extra color and to tie it into the paper and the background stamping. So we set that aside. I do have my canary ink and I'm just going to do some random stamping with my sunflower on the background of the yellow cardstock, just so it's not so plain. But I don't intend for the sunflower to, you know, take up the design, because this is, you know, this paper is going to be the focal paper, but this gives our background cardstock just a nice little texture to it because it's very subtle and just gives a little hint of something going on. And see, once I put that there, okay, that's good. Everything else seems to be filled in, but yet have a little extra space, so no problem. Hello, Marta. How are you tonight? Hello, Ernest. Hello, Mary, Adhan, Karen. How's everybody doing? I'm not going to keep you from the Cowboys game for too long. We're going to make this quick and simple. Okay, so I'm going to adhere my sunflower paper just straight to this. And see, this is our focal, but that little sunflower in the back does give us just a little extra design element. And I'm going to put this little strip. I'm kind of overlapping it a little bit on this paper. You can either tuck it behind or butt it right up against, just whatever you want. But I didn't want to put it just on either side because I didn't want to widen this section anymore. I just wanted to keep it right at about those 2 inches that we currently had. So there's that. And let's see here. So what I need to do, this is actually gonna be, oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty bracket. Okay. So I guess what I need to do is cut Well, I could do it either way. But basically, it's just gonna be right like that. And I might need to move it down just because of where my sunflowers are. I want to be sure that you still see some of the bigger images. So, let's see here. Move this off to the side. And I think I'll cut it first then, if that's the case. And then we'll stamp it in book. No, I find it easier to do it this way. I'm sorry. Just kind of thinking through the process, and so I'm kind of trying to decide which really is the best way to go. I generally do like to stamp and then cut, so we'll just stick to that. But I need a block. I need a block that works for my size of the stamp. Okay. Don't forget, we need to use our anti-static pouch. My gosh. I'm just going to clear that off. Hello, Melly. Okay, and then I need my Versa mark. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to stamp it sideways because I noticed that my paper was not wide enough to take on this. I didn't want to cut it short. See, I would have been a little short. Hey, Deanna. Okay. Hit it with the Versamark and then with the embossing powder. Get my spoon out of there. I'm just going to give it a couple of coats, make sure I get plenty of powder on there, and then tap off any excess. I really do like keeping it in a big container like this because I feel like it keeps me from making such a big mess. Of course, I mean, you don't need a tub that big. That's just what I had as far as throwaway Tupperware that I could afford to not have in my kitchen anymore. So we're just melting that powder. It's nice and clean because we use that anti-static pouch ahead of time. Hey Julie, good morning to you. How's tomorrow looking? I hope we're in for a good one. Okay, so then I can just take that and center it. And I need to just a little tape to hold it in place because I'm not running it through my big machine. I'm just going to run it through my little one, and I don't have a magnetic board for that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's that's about where I want to go. Okay, not 2 seconds, but super quick. I'm just going to pull it over and run it through the die cut machine. Oh no! I didn't have the second piece all the way up to the top, and so it only cut partial, but I reversed it through. And now we've got this cute little stitched border fancy frame. And now we can just add it on here. I think I might like a little bit of a green background though. Kind of feels plain. Let's see. Or maybe once I add the green little leaves behind it, it'll be fine. Hey, Mom. Oh yeah, I think that'll be cute. That'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna glue, let me glue this background to the card so that I can finish it off without too much trouble. I'm just gonna put that on. And then I can glue this. And we're going to just put a little bit over like that. But of course, with foam tape. So let me find, here we go. I'm stuck. I can pull it over that way. Whoa. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. If I pull it over too much this way, then I don't have very much over here, and I've got this huge gap this way. If I pull it over here, I don't want it to hit in the brown on brown. So I want to pull it to hit here, and even though there's a small margin over here, since this paper's already to the left, it kind of keeps in with that feel. So that's where I'm going to put it. And I think that works out just right. Gives me some dimension there. And then we see these flowers in the background, so that gives us a little bit more texture, even though it's still flat. And I don't think there's any bling that I could add to this. Unless I have some brown ones. Maybe I do. Let's look real quick. I have some green. Green might be good. I have some gold. I have those brown. I'm not liking that. I kind of just wanted to add something like dimensional. So I just feel like it needs a little bit more. I've got these little triangles, but I don't know if I like that. Got these, oh, those are too gaudy. I like these, the green dots. I think they would go well. I think these wouldn't be too bad either. I kind of feel like maybe we need to bring in some more green because of the leaf. So we'll add there they are. Just trying to, dang. Nope, nope. And a medium one. I want this little guy to move. Ah, where did I flip it off to? Okay, well. There we go. Just a three little dots make our visual triangle. And I did lose it, the first one, so I don't know where it's at. I don't think there's any shimmer I could add to the leaves, I guess. But I think other than that, it's a done deal. So, try that. What do you think? That's pretty quick and easy. And we just used the sunflower stamp and the leaf stamp and thin cuts. This sentiment stamp and thin cuts. And then just a strip of paper and a piece of zip strip. This zip strip also could have been a solid cardstock strip, you know, just to add in. It could have been ribbon, it could have been shimmer trim, it could have been twine. So anything just to make a little border to set that off. So there we go. Easy card. Super easy to replicate. I mean, you could get a ton of cards with one sheet of paper following this design. So I think that's all I'm going to add to it. I'm going to keep it nice and simple. So thanks for joining me tonight. You may resume your football. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. And thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.